Hello, YouTube friends. Good times unto you. Welcome. We're kicking off the week with a premiere draft of Midnight Hunt. Scotty Nada rated us right before getting going, so we got a nice early audience here to help us through this draft and navigate our way to what we hope is a nice-looking deck. We're going to keep in mind the power of blue-black and take it if offered. I'm going to lean Esper colors in general. But, you know, I'm also trying to figure out how to incorporate red successfully in the format. There's got to be, not gotta, but, you know, draft is self-correcting. We understand the texture of the format now. What can be done to incorporate red successfully? Because it seems like, and we've identified these Esper colors as being super strong, so why can't the red support these Esper colors a little better? Why, you know, black red, blue red, white red? I haven't really ever played or had success with Boros, but I like the Esper cards so much, and there's some abstractly powerful cards in red that seem like they could at least be a support color. I don't know, but I'm definitely thinking about it and trying not to be so closed-minded about the format now that I just like don't see red cards or something, or don't see green cards. I still feel like Werewolves is a trap. I enjoyed listening to Luis and Marshall break. I'm not even done with the episode yet, but they were doing their blue-black breakdown, and as they as it would come up as they were going through the whole format, Luis kept calling out all the individual cards that just at a common level hose the werewolf strategy, and it's just silly, especially in blue-black. So I do think werewolves are pretty trappy, which is too bad given that this is a Midnight Hunt set. It seems like this ought to be the werewolf set. Instead, it's the zombie set. Maybe I need to come up with a zombie music theme instead of a werewolf music theme. In any case, no themes needed for going to my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They just offer straight up an excellent retail experience for all of your Magic needs for the tabletop. Keep that in mind, and check them out via my affiliate links. That lets them know you got there from here, helps keep me on the air. But we're going to dive in here, set this record straight, and see what this pack has to offer. Green in the rare slot. What have we got? I don't think I've read. Oh, maybe I've played this one against this, but I've never had it. 3/4 gives everything you have Death Touch except it, and tap creatures have Death Touch. So when they attack, so not on defense, but they attack with Death Touch, and they can't be targeted on defense. And you can untap, so you can give something hexproof. She seems worth maybe starting with, depending on what else is here. Especially because, yeah, I'm not seeing a ton pulling me off of this start. There's Startle, but not better than starting here. And then Mentor is interesting for the whole Coven thing. Borrowed Time may be better. Yeah, sorry, I kind of glossed over this, but I think we actually start with Borrowed Time. This feels like a lot of work for what amounts to be a creature that, you know, you can do some stuff with it. But again, I like starting Esper, and this is powerful removal here. So let's just take this. Radiantware, like the rare, feels it's oppressive. Those were definitely the choices, right? The excellent efficient creature in the rare slot, or the excellent efficient removal. Well, what do we got now? No black has been flowing. There wasn't really good black in our pack, and then and now this is pretty weak here. No good black or blue, so not really being pulled into the best color pair. Yeah, so now we're looking at these two, and I do think Tamer is best. I haven't been green-white in a while. Not that starting with these two picks means we are, but yeah, we'll take the Hound Tamer and keep our options open. Oh, it's this rare that I never seem to make it to the end of. Okay, so it's got XX, and it's X2. When you cast this, reveal cards on the top of your library into reveal creature cards. Put all graveyard, rest in the bottom. This is like, you can do this to do the... this seems... Yeah, every time I read this, I remember, okay, it's like basically a build around that I don't know how to build around yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Flip the Switch is a strong card here. Flame Channeler. Again, I don't want to be sucked into green-red if I can really help it, but the table's not helping me here. The best cards in this pack are red, with Immolation and Flame Channeler being solid. We could take a Flip the Switch, but it feels so like it has not been open at all, and like moving into it now feels risky. I'm going to take the Channeler, even though I really don't want to be red-green. I feel like it's the best pick there, so I grabbed it. Maybe we can try Rise of the Ants. I've never played with this card before, but it feels like if we can get there, it's a powerful effect. And we do have the Hound Tamer. So let's take the green and see if we can't avoid the red. Although Silversmith here is pretty real too. And I do like white better. You could make the case for taking the Silversmith, really. Everybody wants Ants, and that's where I leaned as well. But this card is real good. Ants is better, says Fenor. All right, I'll give Fenor the nod. I also haven't played it before, and I've given that common plenty of chances. Ritual of Hope. We can go wide here, maybe. Green, white, make tokens and go wide. Mob kind of rewards you for going wide. When they die, this goes tall. Bolt. Oh yeah, Silver Bolt is fine. Yeah, I should just take the Bolt. You're right. This didn't really catch my eye. I was looking at the colored cards here, but I think I agree with chat. Another Rise, so I guess we're really trying to do it. This Ecstatic Awakener here makes me sad in a way, but this kind of makes me happy. Let's take more Ants and try to find some ramp. Probably just the guide here over these white 3-drops. Both of these are in that 3/2 class of Born to Die. Not that interesting. And we want to do the Ant thing, so let's cut the green. Here's a Ritual Guardian. Again, just not even sure how much I would like this if this were just a 3/2 lifelinker for 3. It would be pretty good, you know, but I think Cavalry or Hauler is where we're at. Do we just want the yeah, these are very similar. I'm going to take the Cavalry and be the solid 5/5 at all times, but I'm not sure which of those is better, to be honest. Take another guide, though. Cavalry is harder to kill, but is there something at common that's doing 4 but not 5? You know what I mean? Fenner thinks we should be leaning blue. We certainly haven't done anything to establish our second color. We've got a pretty sweet removal spell and a whatever flame channeler. And to that end, I guess I'll just keep taking green cards. And I like Cavalry over the tapping. This feels too slow for the format. I don't know if we need 2 Cavalries. I don't know if we need any of this, though, either. So I'll take the green card. Lords Limited are down on Timberland Guide. I mean, I guess. To me, it's like, again, it doesn't even matter what you think of this. What you need in life, if you're going to draft Magical the Gathering cards, is 2 drops with 2 power and no downside. So it's like, I don't care what they think of this. You need 2 drops. What are you going to do? If you're in the deck, you're taking them. I'm going to take, no, I don't, this mask doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I'm on pure Marshall Sutcliffe plan with the mask. When somebody like wrecks me with it and shows me what I'm supposed to be doing with it, I'll start drafting it. I took Secrets because I've heard, I was just trying to listen to my betters, and if, and Luis was saying Secrets has its best home is in blue green when you're self-milling and can mill the value into your yard. So that's why I grabbed it. Yeah, I'll just take... we're best of one. I'm not main decking a Plummet, so I'll take some Vault Progress. Enduring Angel, is this giving us our second color direction, or are we just taking something else? Let's see. I don't even know what it does. 2, it's very white. The triple white out of a 5-drop is oof. Flying, double strike. I have hexproof, so it's effectively a 6/3 flyer with 3 points of first strike. And if your life total will be... Oh, yeah, and if you die, you don't die. Yeah, I guess we take it, especially because there's not much else going on here. Hope this Evolving Wilds wheels, but would take a wolf if it doesn't. It's good. It's just the triple white is obviously oppressive, but we're going to look for ramp. This might be one of those spots where we're effectively a green-white deck splashing the Enduring Angel, if that makes sense. Right? we need Evolving Wilds and basic land searching, not so that we can play a third color, but so that we can reliably cast our Angel. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. Or we abandon white. I mean, it's possible we also get shoved in a different direction here. Yeah, I guess we just take a Sentry. That is really kind of sad, though. You like the Mentor? I'm kind of with Rob. I haven't seen the Mentor be that good. Like, it doesn't really do much. I guess if you... I mean, decks with Coven don't seem to me to want to be blocking, so therefore it doesn't really do much for an aggressive Coven deck until 6 mana. I don't know. But I grab that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So here's potentially a Croaking Counterpart. We can go into that blue-green direction. If we're staying white, we can go with the aura, the weak aura removal, or just probably just want a farmer. Yeah. I get it. You know, I'm willing to take and play these. I mean, you know, Luis was, you know, Media gets on me about aura-based removal, and I tend to push back with, well, job-based philosophy. Like, sometimes you need some interaction, right? But I do agree that it's not a priority, and I like the farmer. That being said, it not being a priority doesn't mean I won't play it if I feel like it's what the deck needs. A little sad about the intense blue-black, the good, but of course it was cut in our direction. So now the person who is cutting it to our right is reaping the reward, and we have a nice, yeah, we have an easy Silversmith. I love this card. It's great. Yeah, Zombie Lord is what made me soapbox for a second about, you know, a eulogy for the past Blade Stitch Scob, but I like where our deck is headed. So just want to get. There's that flashback ramp spell that I would really like to get a hold of. This is interesting. You know, I'm not saying this is great, but again, it's a 2-drop. We're pretty low on 3s. We could just grab a Morning Patrol for the extra. Yeah, I would. I was one of the debates I was having is that if Candletrap didn't have Coven, if it was just activated exile, so you could pay at any time 2 white, 2 sorcery speed and do it, would you like it? In that case, I would. I would. You know, if Candletrap were easier to Coven, I think it would be the pick. But I do like a second Bolt if we're not going to get the great removal for these colors. Although we do have Borrowed Time, that's pretty darn good. Commando I like, but Search Party Captain is one of the reasons you try to get into a deck like this. Well, they seem to be getting worse, True. Aura has always been, well, you do what you must, but they can, you know, here's all the downsides, right? It doesn't take it off the battlefield, doesn't stop utility, etc., etc., etc. All that stuff is true. But it is also true that sometimes what you need is interaction. We're on Morning Patrol. Well, any of these. Defiance is still a card I'm not digging. I get that it's like instead of draw a card, you get a token. I just don't think that's quite... oops, sorry, that was not what I wanted to do, obviously. I got a little yammery there, my bad. I like the Morning Patrol over the Cathars. I guess if you're going wide, this has a little bit better of a role in the deck, but I like a... You think Cathars is better? Why is that? Coven? I guess this green-white is more Coven-y. All right, I'll give chat the nod again and go that way. Neither are super impressive, honestly. They're appropriate, kind of pick 8, 9, 10, 11 range. Silversmith power, really? Huh. I would think Silversmith is miles better than Cathars. And I do think it's miles better than Cathars, so don't necessarily agree on that front, but we'll see where we land here. Take this here, Wolf. Oh wait, this is the path I was looking for, right? Yeah, we'll take this. Sorry, this is exactly what I was looking for. Generic Wolf, but flashback ramp is what this deck wants. I do want it. This is like the only deck I've had that I want this in it, but I want this in it. Fenner says we don't want it. We'll see. Maybe even in this deck we don't want it, but double Rise of the Ants makes me think we do. Yeah, I mean, you're worried about milling. I'm just worried about getting max value out of double Rise of the Ants. I don't even know what this does yet, but it's the mythic green adversary, so I assume it's incredible. Let's take a look. And it's in our colors. Fantastic. 4/3 for 3 trample. Like, you have me already. What else do we get? You pay 1 green any number of times, put that many +1/+1 counters on it, then up to that many target lands you control become wolf creatures with haste, and they don't, not till end of turn, they just become hasty wolves and stay there. Wow. All right. Again, the tough part of these cards is having the discipline to play it on turn 3 with no other plays, right? Because you just want those wolves, but we're going to try to be grown up about it. Turn the earth. Not really what we're doing. Another Silversmith, and then a Howl and a couple low drops, another Bolt. But we're going to take Silversmith. We're not even that thick at 4. This is really a 3 if we're playing it right. So another Silversmith seems actually kind of perfect for where this deck's needs are. Really, we got 2 Bolts, Fenner. And we have Borrowed Time. And we do have a combat trick. So in terms of interaction, I feel like we do have a fair bit. Defend or Liberator? Probably Liberator. Defend is a hell of a combat trick. Oh, it's good, but man, excellent 2-drops? Well, I say excellent. You say bad. Again, for me, you just need 2-drops. You just need them. You have to have them. So I'm like looking to upgrade 2-drop slots, and I see this and think way significantly better than my other 2s, you know? So that's where I'm at. You think that's premium. Interesting. Well, chat's on both sides of it. I'm going to go with my 2-drop guts, but I hear you. I feel you. That's a tough pick. Duel for dominance we probably need, speaking of interaction, over mob or patrol. And then I feel a lot better about going with the non-interaction pick last time. So we'll take that. Fight, not bite, you know? Fight, not punch. So that's real, but we'll take it. We got some big boys. Is this for us? Right? This is our colors. It's gold, right? I don't even know what this says. 3/3 for 3 vigilance, so we're in. And then what do we get? Okay, go wide pump. Great. Oh, it's certainly, you know, a 3/3 for 3 vigilance with upside seems fine. Yeah, no, I've played. I've had 1 green-white deck, and I haven't played against it much either. A Burly Breaker or more interaction? Probably just more interaction. I think that really tightens up the deck. You know, we just get a lot of nice removal and a lot of nice creatures. Some people want the big boy. I went with more interaction. Here's that Mentor we could grab. But Rejuvenator lets us do the rampy thing as well. I think I'm on... yeah, this is a mana sink. That's a tough one. I don't think that was obvious. There's a lot of strong opinions in chat. I landed on the one I did, but I'm not sure about that. I am, but because I think we're going to get another chance at more of those festival paths. You can probably take a Brood Weaver. I don't know if we play that though. Yeah, here's the festival path that came back. I'm going to take it. We got the double ants. But yeah, maybe with Rejuvenator, we could actually use the wolf more, but I don't like this as much either. If I like that wolf more, I think I would take it, but this is fine. And then, boy, we take another 2, we can really choose our 2s. And I think we have interaction we like. You taking turn? I don't think we're doing that. I didn't like that option, but maybe I'm not giving it its fair shake. Take these cards we're not playing. Timberland Guide, I think we can cut now. We'll see if we play the 2 that we have there. Tech seems all right. Got interaction, got a curve, got a plan. 7-ish cuts, depending on what we think our land count should be. Probably cut might. Although we are likely to draw a card with this thing. I kind of want to keep it. What was our pack 1, pick 1? It was not a great... not a great pack, as I recall. What was it? Oh yeah, deck box. Oh, it was the removal spell. Borrowed Time. No need for paths. I do like that we have a Rejuvenator. Certainly don't need 2. Certainly don't need 2. This is where... yeah, we can definitely get rid of the cavalry. I agree there. As bad as ramp gets, let's talk about that. Fundamentally, gets you from 3 to 5. So if that's an important thing, it's doing that job. For us, not an important thing. I agree. Like if we had a big hole at 4 and thicker stack of 5s that we wanted to play, then that becomes a little more important. The only reason I'm even considering it is that it ramps twice. So that's where I had to push back and say, as bad as it gets. Oh, there's worse ramp. Believe me, you can't say it's worse ramp if it can actually do it twice and technically be a 2-for-1. And if you have some huge inevitability, the thing is, this isn't inevitable, right? Like if this said 8 mana, you win the game as flashback, then you would love Path in this deck, right? I'm not saying that's what it says, though. So that's why it's still a debate. But when you're trying to get to 8 mana, if you're trying to get to 8 mana and do very powerful things, this is not bad. This is really a plan enabler. So again, trying to focus on jobs. I'm a jobs candidate, and in this case, I can agree that the job of getting us to 8 to flashback rise is actually not that important. We can take our time. The benefit of flashback is that Really what you need to do is get to 6. Then you're doing something, and then the 8 becomes gravy, right? If this were just a straight 8 drop, we would probably need to run this, because at that point you can't just run 8 drops without doing something like this. So anyway, I'm going to I will cut it, but after that discussion, and I wanted to talk you through how I'm getting there. It's not just a this is bad ramp. I don't think that's the right lens. I think the right lens is job based. What is this card's job, and is it an important job for this deck? No. Yeah, I'll cut the might, but I have liked this in decks that can do Coven pretty well. I mean, cantrip combat trick is solid. So let's do that. And yeah, we don't need 3 of these. Or do we? Like, I mean, let's see. We're at 19. Yeah, that's a lot of activations. I'd rather bring in a 3rd guide, which we do have in the board if we wanted it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things to do before turn 3. That's fine. And I also agree on worst 4-drop. I'm not sure, which is probably Broodweaver over Cathars. Guide? No, as I was saying, I mean, I like this card in any green deck that needs 2 drops. I mean, this is what I was saying in the draft. Someone was saying that so-and-so is down on Timberland Guide, and I'm like, I don't care. Show me what, I mean, I need 2 drops. So like, I don't care how far down you are on this. It's 2 power for 2 mana with no downside and upside, right? So I like it. Yeah, we're on 1 more cut unless we want to go 16, but with, again, the rise and only the Rejuvenator is ramp. No, we're going to go 17. So yes, we need 1 more cut. We're at 17-7. We could pull from either side and not feel like we are doing something wrong. Yeah, second wolf maybe. I really don't love going to that few number of plays, like going to 7 plays pre-turn 3 in what's trying to be a fairly aggressive deck. As a cut, we do have the double rise as our kind of our top end, but I like a couple 5s and a couple 6s with the if we get their 8s. So I don't think I want to cut this. I would rather even cut the Cathars, since we're not doing that much go wide pump. I mean, this does some, but we didn't get a lot of go wide reward, and we're not doing that much Coven. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with my instincts there and cut that and keep my thickness at 2. And we're going to do some sort of 2 pun, since I've been all talking about 2 drops. I want a 2 fast, 2 furious pun. 2, is there a different furious? 2 fast, 2 pestilent? Or maybe it just needs to be the ants. This is how you get ants. It's probably also, let's just do an ant thing instead. Or this is how, let's call it this is how, and it's an archer joke. Any other redemptions? No? I think this deck looks okay, but I kind of share Robert's concern. I mean, at the end, this looks like an okay deck in the abstract, and then I say, is it an okay deck in the format? And I'm like, how do we beat a blue-black deck that's getting Value Town plays every other spell they cast? How is this beating a deck that resolves 2 Organ Hoarders? I really don't know. Like Enduring Angel, and they don't have a flying blocking like that. So we'll see. Smash Face is indeed the fundamental plan. I just am not sure it's a good plan against the better decks this format has to offer in the Esper stripes. Yeah, we're going to find out. Is going wide with ants a good enough plan against all the zombies? We shall see. So, does the triple white angel mean we should go 9 planes? Obviously, our only 2-drops are green, so no, we've got to have 9 for us because of the 2-drop sitch. And we'll just have to understand that this isn't always a T5 play. All right. What do you think? If we played this event out 1,000,000 times, what would our average win count be? And let me get over here for you. Keep this. Any land gives us stuff to do for a few turns, and we can bolt it on 1. My goodness. Here I am. My computer's going nuts because I had the audacity to change my info in Streamlabs. Well, I was going to drop the thing with the biggest power, but in the face of a pumpable 1/1, we'll just drop the 2/2. I played Sealed on day 1, but I don't even know that about the qualifier or the details around that. And I don't think I would practice Sealed. I don't know. I don't care about it enough to divert what I want to do day to day to practicing for it. So I'm not going to give up my drafting to play a bunch of Sealed to prepare for one higher level event. I just don't have that aspirational play goal in me to divert my daily choices. So now I'm going to run out the Sentry because I got nothing else. But this kind of it stunk to have that hit us, and also to not have a third land here. Angel's not landing for quite a while. And I'm not going to block here. I mean, I could make him spend mana on the trade. It would use up the turn, but I feel like we might want to trade up. Well, now seeing a 1/4, I kind of wish I had. Oh, magic. We're getting magicked here. Oppo and green-red would ostensibly be how we might win, but yeah, unfortunately we're here.
Where are we going? To Neverland. 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 Oh, but Neverland.
Boy, and if I trade with the wolf, they don't even need to pump. We just trade down for a 1-drop, and then they get 4 mana to spend. Aye. But what's our plan if we don't take this offer? Find white, borrowed time, the 3/5, and then take another one. I guess since we're looking to take care, and I guess we can bolt this eventually. If we could make them pump, I would block, but we can't even make them pump. Right? Like, if I could make them spend their turn on the trade, I would, but it's not even, they don't have to spend any mana. All right. Well, now, I mean, duel's not great, but against a howled up snarling wolf, it is it's a 2 for 2. So we'll take it and do it before they untap. Although I can attack first. If they want to just block, obviously that would be lovely. This is instant. I could also wait, but then they untap and get chances to pump, and that just takes it out of the range. So nope, we got to do it now. We'll take that 2 for 2, top deck of Plains, and can still stabilize here. But this deck with 5 mana is likely to drop some serious beef here. And we may have to play that, borrowed time that instead. All right, found a land which at least gives us a play, but it's not a particularly good one in this situation. It's enough and we block the troop, so okay, I'll take it. It's a trade up if we can get it. I mean, I gotta block. I don't like the looks of this attack. But yeah, bolt the wolf, but it does 3. I don't know. Are we behind Tron? Were you talking about some previous turn? Like getting this thing? Trouble is, oh, right. Yeah. Good point. Sorry. Reading cards, you know. Like Luis said, the format is so rough against them. But we do get to... We still need to try and trade here. But thanks for the reminder. We can bolt the wolf later. But we're going to try this trade here first, of course. All right, they gave us that. So these are lands. Boo. Just be lands. All right, so that didn't work out in terms of getting our planes, but we do get to kill one of these. Let's see. I guess we got to go with the most damage. Yeah, we're going to kill the 4/4, but give him a chance to untap. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I'm not sure what red-green is going to do to keep this alive in the face of actually having read the full text of the card. But who knows, maybe there's some indestructible thing or hexproof that I'm not thinking of. Plains, take out the Shredder, these are lands, and then we take the lead. What, red pump spell? But that's the thing, again, because I read the card, or because chat reminded me to read the card, like even the pump spell wouldn't save it, right? All right. Of course, our Plains is doing the trick of showing up exactly when it's too late, and unfortunately we lose this game. Well, that's disappointing. Obviously, if a plane shows up almost at any time there, I think we quickly take over that game. But magic is magic, and sometimes that's what we get. All right, another spot where we're, at this point, looking to drop an adversary on 3, but what I really want is a sweet 2-drop creature off the top. One time! Playable 2-drop creature! Boo earns. Not bad, though, double Silversmith. If we can pick up some land here, the hand starts to look pretty good. Silverbolt, you could have showed up earlier. That wouldn't have sucked. Excuse me. Well, we get to attack and drop a search party captain, hope to find a land.
Not only am I your ship's captain,
No.
I am also your party captain. Woo! We're gonna get it going here in just a few.
And I'm your party captain too. And
Wow, we are just kind of getting worked over today on the draws. We're not dead to the race here, though. We get to drop a bolt and a wolf here, and then we at least have guaranteed removal for next turn. And we keep the Shady Traveler on the small side. This is 17. Yeah, we're trying to cast a 6-drop with an 8-mana flashback, so we did not skimp on the lands just because it's best of 1. That probably means Startle is coming here, honestly. Oh, really? We actually just got the trade. I figured Startle was going to make short work of that attack. Oppo is pausing, so not sure what the pause is about, but maybe we'll find out before they untap. All right, just an ambush. Startle is 1U, correct. All right, we at least got our land. We could fire off the bolt and get them to 8. Then they crack us down to 6 on the crackback. Other options include Silversmith, make this a 5/4 and just trample for 3 and trade for the Death Toucher. Why ambush the 2-drop? Because they think they're racing, or they feel like they're just trying to use their removal and win a race that they seem to be in. I get it. Not sure what the right play here is, though. It definitely involves... I'll start with the land. Yeah, I'm kind of... the trouble is it does make a 2/2, and they can crack us down to 4, and that's no joke. But also, we just end up losing to the Interloper if we don't find removal. That being said, we can also offer a double block on the Traveler, and I would trade Silversmith off for the Zombie. So I am going to actually just play the Silversmith. Double up, put the counters on, and actually stay back. Because we can use the Bolt on the flyer, and then we're stable against what we know. So this says what? Whenever another creature dies, put a counter on this. When it dies, look at the top X, where X is power, put 1. All right, so they replace it. That's fine, whatever. We're going to try and trade for the Traveler and let this get a counter on it and then bolt it. That's fine. I don't know, is there instant speed Death Touch? I'm not sure how we might be punished for this double block, but I'm doing it. I mean, that's why we stayed back. Oh yeah, Blade Brand. Yeah, there you go. I knew that. And that's why they did it, because now they're even out of bolt range on this thing. So that was a good play from Oppo. And we drew the wrong type of land. If we found a plains, we could play this. I still feel like, I don't know. I guess if I know 100% they have the Blade Brand, I don't make that play, but I'm not sure how we win. I think Blade Brand may have been in the territory of very tough for us to beat it, but maybe I should have played around it. I don't know if anybody in chat has a suggestion on what the Blade Brand aware play would have been there. I'm not sure, but it feels like it was just a great card for them to have. We can go Wolf and hold the Bolt, and we're not dead to the air yet, and we can at least block on the ground. And maybe we find planes off the top and it can actually cast the Angel, and then we can trade with the Interloper. In fact, yeah. This is rough. Can't really let this get too much bigger. Although I suppose it doesn't matter. Either well, if it gets above 6 toughness, it can't trade with the angel. That's the thing. Yeah, we got to bolt the 2/2. But I can still block and then bolt the 2/2. How embarrassing. Going to 0-2 against Necrosynthesis. Gang, this card is not good. It's not. It's bad. But we're dead. So, it's good here. Magic. Being magic to us today. Wow. Sometimes I say 0-2 to 7-2, but I don't feel like this is a 7 wins in a row deck. It's not an 0-3 deck either, but magic will be magic. I just feel like rough luck so far. Let's see if we can get a reasonable mix of lands and spells and make a game of it here, please. All right, this got a curve out. Liberator on 2, Captain on 3. Throw a token somewhere with a guide. See what it looks like at that point. Well, it's gonna be like that, huh? All right, we'll go Wolf over Borrowed Time. Wolf should at least get us an attack to turn the Captain into a cheap drop next turn, although not much we can do with the spare mana, so it doesn't matter that much. All right, so now it's just straight 4 mana. We have the floor of the Search Party Captain, which is 4 mana cantrip 2/2. Great floor, though. We're gonna do it. Yeah, I gotta love now going 0-3 against a 3-color deck when our only greed is just trying to have 3 planes to cast a bomb. Five mana is okay here. We get a couple of options. We're gonna turn it back to day first of all, but we're gonna go Timberland Guide and then Wardens or Borrowed Time. I could just Borrowed Time the Shredder. We could even attack. It's not gonna. The Exile clause would not trigger the Unruly Mob, and we could even Timberland Guide and put a counter here. Yeah, we can bolt the Shredder too. I remember that now. But I'm just trying to... I kind of want the Dawnheart Wardens, but I guess none of that quite works that way. Well, also by Borrowed Time Timberland, we could make it day. That's one of the considerations here. So let's cast our creatures and make it daytime, and then see what Oppo wants to do. I'm gonna wait on all the removal stuff and go with this kind of action here, and then where are we throwing this? Let's throw this on the Captain, and then Guide plus Wolf plus Warden gives us the magic powers. Coven, that is. If they come up with their own coven, they could exile our wolf and put us back down to off coven, but I'm risking it. All right, so now we got Borrowed Time and Sentry. Sentry means we can keep it daytime with a single cast and bolt away the Admirer. What do we think of these humans? Oh, wait. Join the dance. Oop.
Now's the time on Sprocket for me, dog!
This isn't Flash, is it? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we could do that too, with especially with the bolt up, right? If we send in here, yeah, then we have bolt to handle double blocks. Yeah, let's send in. If they go for double blocks, we have a bolt. If they go for quad block, we accept that we'll take it. You know, quad block is a fine two for board. But they're doing what Hat figured. And we can still just bolt this and have, I mean, Borrowed Time gets wolves for 3 mana too, right? So we can get rid of the on-board thing, and then they don't know about the Borrowed Time. So I'm going to do that. I'm out of coffee. Still looking good here. Probably just want to... What does this do? Add 1 mana? Yeah, I'm going to Borrowed Time the Admirer here and not mess around. Let's just get in for max. I could Hound Tamer and set it up for next turn, but this is so much damage here. I don't see why I shouldn't just do this. What did I say was bad? I didn't say it was bad. When did I say that was bad? I'm generally in favor of a 3-powered 2-drop. Listen to what I say about 2-powered 2-drops. I'm ready to play any of those. No, I don't think I said anything super negative about it. Maybe I was considering other picks over it or something, but quite happy to have that as a curve card in my green decks. And if you're more reliably doing Coven, all the better. All right, looks fair. Yeah, would I rather have the 3-1 over a Timberland guide? Yes. Like, if we had more of those, I'd play them over the guides. But happy to have something to do on 2. That's why it's like, I don't care how low anybody is on a 2-drop that doesn't have downside. I'm going to play them. Got to play them. It's a bear. We made a bear. Oppo's making a bear. We're going to try and trade bears, and then once again play Primal Adversary for little value beyond it being an efficient 3-drop, but I'll take it. Yeah, I agree. Those are the top ones, right? The flying, and 3/1 for Coven, especially. I mean, hey, it is an efficient beater. If they don't kill it, we can generally be able. We should generally be able to clear the way. Ooh. 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 Yay, Rejuvenator, and maybe we'll find a basic off the top and actually ramp to ants. This is how you get ants. Yeah, right? Naya and the O2. Us with the us with Naya as well, honestly. Oh, come on now. So raw. Well, they're going to get 1 ant out of it because, you know, we're just going to make things big. That'll be fine. Oh, we should talk offline, but I do want to think about a suite of potential memes for the brief, quick hit, controlled by mods memes, and a super quick Archer phrasing meme for that would be really funny. You can catch me on phrasing. Interesting. Obviously, the bolt says we can finish off any Broodweaver that gets in our way, and they don't really have a good double block because of it either. We can't seem to find our ants, but we can keep cracking in here. So I'm going to attack in, play the wolf, and hold up duel. Still there, D. Where's my audiobook? That's what I want. I need an audiobook. All right, so they're blocking like this, and we've got the hidden duel, which is... Do we get a... oh, if we had Coven, it would be better, huh? So I should have played... I wouldn't have changed it. We wouldn't have gotten Coven out of it. So... now it's like they're just challenging me to use my bolt on the elementalist, and that's fair. That's not the best. Well, am I accepting a 2 for 2 here, or am I trying to save the silversmith? That's a fundamental question. Because we could also just 1 for 1 bolt for Weaver, or we're 2 for 1ing with all of this. I don't think it really matters which I put first, depending on, because you know, yes, this goes first because if we don't do anything, we need to kill that. Actually, we can just duel. We can duel, and then it gets them all, right? How about it? Yeah, let's do duel, and then it actually works out, right? I think this is right. And then we get a 2 for 1 out of it. No, 2 for 2 still, but okay, I'll take that one. It was all different routes to the same effective result, a 2 for 2. If they want to use the rebot 3 damage on the wolf, that's fine. We just want to basic land and get these ants going. If I duel off the unblocked... Oh yeah, maybe that was what I should have done. No, it still kills it, right? It's still 2 for 1, right? Because I still lose the attacking creature and my fight spell. I think no matter what, we just 2 for 2 there. If we're doing that play. We got our basic land. Let's start rising. This is a wolf, which means that it dies to the bolt. Have you all read the silver bolt? That's what it does. With the mana up, we can't even... I guess we could... If we triple blocked, they could take out a 3/3 with the bolt, and then 4/5 versus a 3/3 and a 2/2 leaves us with the 2/2. Might be fine. With this other thing to get with the bolt, I'm in for that. Bring it, Oppo. Especially a couple lands away from getting this back anyway. Let's go long. Attrition, attrition, attrition. Wow, did they just 1-for-1 there? They didn't even go for... They didn't want to use their slash. All right. All right. So we're going to just take out the Brigand right now and crash in. It is a wolf, right? Yeah, okay. It's like, oh, geez, I hope that's a werewolf. And now... Well, I should have played the plane so I could pump this, or not, or death touch it, but we don't need death touch. Never mind, it doesn't matter. But I'd like to have my activated abilities available, and I didn't leave myself that. Interesting to go for that one. Is the death touch that scarier, that much scarier than 3 power? Well, their attack was great, but they're not great, but they're still in it. Because big stuff is still big. We did get a... We're going to draw action or ants either way. So it was action or action. I like that. Yeah, this does explain it, right? I mean, they figured winning was getting through with the 6/6, and they weren't doing that through death touch. So it definitely does explain it. You're right. Interesting spot. We don't really have the go wide attack here. Boy, they're bringing this in again. I'm triple blocking. I mean, green red. How does this go horribly wrong? I guess the X spell could make this a 1 for 3. You know, that's the disaster, right? Can we beat it? Like, if they have that, what are we doing instead? We could not block and then try to find something else, but really with how Oppo has... Yeah, Lunar Frenzy is the one I'm worried about. Radiant Ware says tons. What else besides Lunar Frenzy? I agree Lunar Frenzy is bad. We're at 27. We can take it for now and see what we draw. Bolt and lose. How does Bolt... Again, I don't see how that's a huge problem. They bolt one of our 3/3s, we still trade, then what? I mean, I get not blocking because of our life total, but I don't get the suggestion that there's a million things that could blow us out here. I get one thing that... I'm waiting for somebody to come up with another thing besides Lunar Frenzy that blows us out here. +3/+1 becomes a 2... trade this for 3 tokens. That's not a blowout. I'm gonna clear shot maybe is the correct answer. But even does clear shot provide power? What does clear shot provide? Toughness really is the question. Okay, then there you go. Then I agree. Clear Shot is another blowout card there. Well, now we've got this stupid card. At least maybe this does support a quad block or a triple block now, because we can at least respond with a fight. But we're on no attacks. Hold. See if we can get the last 8 through somehow. The last 11 through somehow. Now we're in waiting for something to change. Oppo to attack or us to draw something else to do. Hey, there's a card. That's a big game. That means the 6/6 is effectively dead. We could even Silverbolt duel for dominance to flip it to day. I think it's not medium D. It's maybe medium against, happens to be medium against green, red going big on the ground. But, well, okay, so if they don't have it, what does that mean we're doing, though, is my question. I guess we can trade a token off for, like, the Rejuvenator could fight the Shredder without, I wish they had flash. That'd be great. But we'll play this. Right. We don't have Coven, but I mean, it would still deal damage. I get it. See, if we send these, we can kill the Brawler. They eat one of the 3/3s, but then this fights, and we effectively trade a duel and one of our tokens for the other problem card, and then we've got a pretty big board left over. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this out right now. That's a good block too. They get another one of our tokens. Let's see. We still want to go duel there and take out that, and then we'll take out that, and then we have a 3/5 and a 3/3 to their 2/4. They've got more cards than us, so it could still go poorly from there, but this is fine. Yeah, I should wait for damage to clear. You're right. There's no need to do it now. Because I wanted to do that play without killing it. And if I swung with it and they put a body on it, even a bounce block like that, then the fight card would mean this would die. Two 4 bounces off the 3/5, meaning, I mean, we could send in, I guess we can still attack with both and ask for a trade here and follow with a Death Touch Wolf. Downside is they double block this, and then we're trading Sentry for Rejuvenator and are left 2/4 versus 3/3 with a Death Toucher, which is not great. So I'm actually just going to play the Death Toucher and pass. The double block is too good for them. Yeah, fight cards are a real liability. That's why they've seemed to, you know, at least for the cards they're really going for a pushed. You know how black has like the obviously push removal? Oh, this one at uncommon kills anything for 2. And then you got the 6 mana clunky removal, right? The green version of that is like the bite cards are the premium and the fight cards are the clunky. All right, we need some action or we could lose 1/3 in this event here. Wah, wah. But the trade is what I didn't like, Mike. By my math, we're trading Rejuvenator for Sentry, and then are left with a board that doesn't favor us. I still say no attacks here. You'll lose to 2 werewolf decks. How embarrassing. I'm going to retire from streaming today. There's our Sentry. Play it. Continue to just try and get wide, but nothing's really changed here. I could try to sandbag spells and flip it back to day if we thought that was important. By the way, here you should get a night meme anyway. Can't quite close here. Can't quite close. Oppo not closing either. But we're starting to flood a bit. I mean, I don't know how you call it flood when you're like this far through your deck. It's just the deck drawing itself, but memes are fun.
Oh, here comes the flood.
I don't think werewolves are strong at 1 per table. I think if you're the only werewolf drafter and you're up against reasonable decks in the other colors, you're still going to be a dog. Oof. Well, I guaranteed that by Flood Meme Part 1, so here's Part 2.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Alright, Guide. That could get us Coven. And we could put it on the Sentry and have a 4-1, but they can still block with everything except their 2-4. We could make a 4-6. But what does that even do for us? We could make a 4-4. Then they can't just single block it. And we can make a 4-6, but it doesn't have attacks. If we attack with a 4-6 into this board, they double block and we're 1-for-1ing, and we're not happy with that. I guess maybe 4-6, they don't, it's not a 1-for-1 because they block here, here. Let's see, maybe I got that wrong. Curving out with a werewolf deck can be unbeatable. Disagree. You can, if I get to pick my hand, your curve out with your werewolf deck is imminently beatable. That's the thing. There's no attacks. I'm just so... we can even wait and switch it to day. I might do that. I'm going to hold. Might be worth it. It also might give us more information on how to use the guide more effectively. Of course, now we wouldn't mind having night anyway. You like swinging the 3-1 to get 3 or at least a trade. Well, what do you mean? I mean, yeah, I suppose that's true. Because this can't block it. That's reasonable. Let's go with the guide on the Rejuvenator and get one big thing. But Liberator as a 4/4 could also be real. Not sure. I'm going to play both, though, and we're going to turn it to daytime. JC likes a 4/4. 4/2, but it's not unblockable. It's unblockable by this 2/4. Wait, maybe I should read it. Yeah, it's just power 2 or less. It's not looking at its power, so these can block. So I don't like it doing that way. Like doing it that way. Yeah, let's make the ant bigger, sure. Okay, or they trade slash for the for that. That's also fine. I'm okay with that. Of course, they have the same sentry over there. We just have a 3/5 that blocks them really nicely. Grindy game here. Borrowed time. That's helpful. We can take out the 2/4, and then we can take out their Werewolf Lord, but it's not doing that much for him. Whereas the 2/4 is successfully blocking some stuff. We can take out the 2/4. We got 3 attacks that are a trade or a win. So I'm just gonna do that. I mean, they got 3 cards and tons of open mana though, so no guarantees this works either. But also, trying to win this game, we've got 13 draws to do it in. Not sure what I would be waiting for here, if not trying to clear some attacks, make him have it. There's all sorts of pausing though, so I'm aware of that. Really tough to see exactly what's going on here. Yeah, we have the Angel to draw. Good point. Somewhere in those cards is our big flyer. But with these numbers, so I could send in the 3/5. They could double block, and I don't do it every flip. A couple times a game is fine on the memes. And yeah, I'm going to hold the 3/5 because I don't want them to trade for it. That if they have to trade for any of these, then 3/5 becomes a house. Ayumuk liked the attack. I was definitely worried about this though. They showed pausing and everything, so this is no big surprise. But the real question is, what are these 2 cards? They have a lot. I'm not even going to play the meme because it's being overplayed here. They got 3 at least, and then they cast it a 4th time with the other card. All right, now I'm sending in the Rejuvenator first. See what they got for this. Maybe block in a 4th moon Rager or slash. I hope they 2-for-1 themselves here. That would be nice. Nah, Lunar Frenzy, but they had to use a good one. They definitely had to use a good one. Ah, you're right. I totally milled the Angel, but I'm not one to not play my creatures. I might have milled myself to the Angel. You can't not play your cards. You all worried about milling the Angel. I mean, we did, but that's not a reason not to do it. I don't think it is. Unless you think that's like your only way to win. Like, we're completely cutting off our only way to win. Silversmith is fine. We can get to attackable levels on for next turn. And do Farmer and Silversmith. We don't really have attacks here because they can bounce block the egg. That's fair. If you just felt like we didn't want to go behind in the race, that's completely reasonable. But this is nice. This might just get us there unless they can kill it right now. Yeah, there we go. Worked out. That's an interesting question. I certainly didn't ask myself the right questions before making the decision. Maybe I still make the same decision, but I didn't... clearly, I didn't have a full understanding of the texture of that decision when I made it. All right. At least pulled to 2 wins. Love to get a third here and feel like we at least crawled to respectability with a 3-win effort. Yeah, I won't call it a comeback because it's not really one yet. We need more wins than 2, before I'm going to give you any LL Cool J vibes. Keep this. No 2, but got to keep this hand. Couple draws to find one. But right now we're looking at Farmer on 3 and Captain on 4. Into Cavalry on 5. Love the farm hand.
Farm boy, fill these with water.
As you wish. I'm not left-handed either.
Boo earns, no 2-drop for us, and we're just getting curved out on. That's tough. Do we need to take this thing out? Not really. We're still just casting our spell, our creature spells, I think. We can save this. Farmer into Silversmith, giving us some defense will be fine. Wow, no land mill. That's rough. Because it also means we milled 3 pieces of action off the top of our deck when our library was in, or our land was in good shape. Ugh. Rough. They have the Coven here, so can't block. See if they want to spend their turn on it. They don't. Ugh. Yeah, milled away 3 action cards, failed to find a land, so we played a 2-3 for 3, and then, of course, drew land after. Thanks, deck. Well, we could go attack, captain, borrowed time. I'm going to at least move to attacks and see if they want to use the trapper. They probably do anyway. Oh. Well. Yeah, I could have Silversmith, but too late now. I'm going to go with my plan since they let this happen. I messed up my math, though. Sorry. I might do it and still cast the Silversmith after combat, because I screwed up my my mana math. I'm not where I thought I was. Yeah, now I should probably even borrow time. Yeah, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just take another 5 and play the captain. They'll tap it down. Let's see. We also might find one of our silver bolts. So there's also a chance to draw a card to cast, but definitely not happy with how I played this. And so now I'm wondering what the right play is. And maybe it is still Silversmith. Let him tap it down, just because then next turn on 5. Yeah, I mean, if they have a pumper, we're just dead. But I don't think we were going to beat that type of card anyway, even with my even with perfect play. So I'm not too worried about it. I don't think we can beat it. We'll just tip the cap and move on. I'm really just trying to mitigate this turn since I've kind of screwed it up. And I'm trying to figure out if it's better to draw the card now and leave a mana fallow, or just max the mana The trouble is 5 mana next turn doesn't do that much unless we're getting absurd with our attacks on the search party, which doesn't seem like that's going to make sense. It is probably Silversmith. I think we need to use all our mana anyway. So I'm not proud of this bad sequencing, but I'm proud of not letting my error embarrass me into compounding the error with the wrong follow-up play. Because sometimes people will literally make the wrong play afterwards to disguise the fact that they'd made a mistake. Well, I don't want to show them that I should have done it pre-combat, so I'm going to do something else here and pretend like I played perfectly. Because I care more about what my opponent thinks of me as a Magic player than I do about winning this game. Yeah, that'd be bold. Seems like a little fancy play syndrome, but I like the concept. Mike thinking about trying to take Oppo out of Coven range. All right, so now we get a cavalry that should keep the ground secure, and then even through 2 taps, and then we can borrowed time. Captain, and potentially even captain on 6 if we find an attack, but I'm going to cavalry here. I think we just need to try and turtle up on the ground best we can until we use borrowed time on the flyer. JC thinks we should have gone borrowed time first. This could be bad. Might mean Moonrager's face to Moonrager's Moonrager's face, basically. Moonrager to face could end this. Hey, Blade Fury, welcome. You might be joining us right at the end of a very disappointing run between my loose play and Magic Gods not smiling upon us. We're having a bit of a rough run. I mean, it's not the worst. We're like 2-2, but it's been rough. And then this, geez, are we just dead? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can't. Yeah, this is just a forced block. And there's basically no way out now. What a perfect way to end this event. We were heavy green after 1, looking for our second color. We opened this angel, pack 2, pick 1, and had no reason not to move into white for it, so we did. And mostly it's just mocked me today with its triple white cost. Mostly that's what it's done. We haven't resolved it. We've just stared at it. That's what's happened here. Now, no way out, right? Like, there's just no way out. We go... There's no way out. We go to the loser's room. That's where we go. Yeah, what a garbage event. That was not a lot learned from there, besides the fact that I'm still playing pretty darn loose, and that Magic is full of variance. That was some weak looking decks to lose to, but maybe that just says something about my deck. But again, I mean, there's some things that were said about my deck here, but a lot of it was just Magic explaining itself as this game we play. All right, sucky. I don't know, I wish that were better Magic at least, either from a gameplay or, interaction standpoint. Just felt like whatever. Anyway, Whatever. There you go. That's what happened in that draft. Sorry that it wasn't more exciting, YouTube friends, but I'm glad you hung out for it, and we'll catch you for the next one. See ya.